Yeah, man, it was different. Different times and different trials of error at that time, man. It was crazy. Um, for example, Drake and ASAP Rocky. Those are those are what you would call Eskimo brothers, meaning that they smashed the same chip, you know. And man, we had some times back in the day, but let's keep the focus on where it needs to be. I'm just thinking how many Eskimo brothers I had. Well, we both didn't smash the same chick. Uh, I'd say probably a few. Probably a few, but not a lot. Because normally, if I was smashing a chick, if I was smashing it and hitting it, it was a chick that they couldn't have. Or she was just a chick that ended up leaving them and came over to me. But it's never was a case that I had her first and they left me to go to them. If we didn't work, they normally dated somebody that I didn't even know completely and went and had a whole nother life. And that's fine. I'm cool with that. But as for Drake and ASAP Rocky, him and Rocky just were like Eskimos to the they were homeboys. And those two continuously, went back and forth doing what they were doing. They have a long list of chicks that they were going through. A lot of people didn't know Drake was writing with for ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like he was really like down with them. Everybody remembers. I love back into that my other problem. I think Drake wrote that song. I think he wrote Rocky's verse. Now, here's where things get dicey. Now, we all know about the Rihanna situation. How they've been going back and forth, and just like she goes back and forth and run through everybody, there's gonna be a lot of Eskimo brothers with her. Anybody hit Rihanna, you Eskimo brothers with the half of the NBA, half of Major League Baseball, every rapper from 2000 all the way into now. So you're gonna have a lot of Eskimo brothers. Now, with that being said, here's where things get crazy. We remember there was a situation that took place, and when that situation took place, we were never the same as far as hip hop. Like it just went crazy with this Drake and Pusha T. All this came about. But what people didn't really know is that the woman who was claiming to have had Drake's child during that time when Drake and her was, seeing each other and talking about she's having a child and all that stuff. Everybody thought ASAP Rocky was the one that leaked the information about Drake having a baby to push her and all this stuff. And the reason why, because Drake wouldn't come forward with saying, like, okay, this is my child, because at first he wanted to make sure this is my child. Because ASAP Rocky was hitting that around the same time as Drake was hitting it. Eskimo brothers. Like, this chick was a known groupie. Like, she married a guy just to get a green card. Just to get a green card. She loved hanging around and meeting rappers and entertainers in the business and sleeping with them. So that was her thing. She was a groupie, and Drake saw her one night, and one night stand turns into a child. He went raw, and like, hey, that's your child. I know who I slept with. It's yours, but he knows about her reputation. It wasn't like he didn't know what was up, so he got to make sure that this is his child. So once the DNA test confirmed, like, this is my child and this is his child, because ASAP was the one to tell him flat out, like, hey, I ain't hit that in a minute. I'm doing my timetable. Nah, that ain't me, bruh. Like, that one's yours, I think. You might have to dodge a bullet on this one. Like, she swallowed me, bro. I didn't go up in her. She swallowed me. You might want to go check again with somebody. So, that whole narrative spun back around, full circle. And when it spun around full circle, they were done. They had no answer. They had nothing. They were dead in the water. So when the news broke, it was like, oh man, what's Drake gonna do? Drake just kept it private until he could, solidify the situation, because, this is an overseas thing. But all the reports that Pusha leaked it came from Rocky, and him and Rocky had their little falling out. That he back cool again, and then they both was dating Riri and messing around with Riri. It's Eskimo brothers. So, okay, cool. So anyway, that's just the way it is. In this industry, in this business, you're gonna meet people that are not the same. They don't celebrate the same. They don't. People like, being in the same circles. Because after he did that, he started messing with Kendall Jenner. Going back to that, he had knocked Kendall and Kylie. ASAP, ASAP was like the biggest hoe in the industry. Everybody knew that. So these chicks like a certain type of guy. He cared about women and fashion. What Drake tell you? These dudes care about women and fashion, and they go missing in action. It's ASAP. Forget his day-to-day job. I'm just gonna go around here and sleep with hoes. So, have you guys ever had an Eskimo brother? No, I don't do same time. Same time, no way. Cut that. I ain't gonna be in another room with another naked man. No. I'm sorry. I'm not getting in a bun. This is not jail. I don't know, man. They act like there's no other women in this industry, that they all want to share the same ones, or they all like to be seen. Like when Amber Rose was that chick, Kanye West brought her to the A-list circle. From take her straight out the strip club to the A-list circles, and then she just started bringing other strippers up, and they start getting money and sleeping with these people. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. And I don't think most of these people even have a clue on what, like, love truly is. And, they just out here wilding and lusting. And all these women, most of them are cruddy up, and they just don't care. I mean, shoot, chlamydia is just flying around here like it's nobody's business. And I'm like, you don't want to strap up? I mean, it ain't like you got to negotiate for that no more. Before, a woman, I don't want you putting that on, and I'm like, look, I'm strapping up. It ain't even a problem. I mean, the girl I was dating, she was like, we dating now. We don't have to use protect. Oh, yes, we do. What do you think? So, anyway, I'm getting out of here. Finna get this day started off the right way. Want to tell everybody thank you. Hit the like button. And let me know if you ever had an Eskimo brother in the comments section. I'm out.